Caller, you're live on the air. Please tell us your name, where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Chris from Albuquerque.
Chris,
New
welcome.
Mexico.
Very good.
My question was, you were speaking about the name of God earlier, given to Moses. My question was, why wasn't this name of God given to Abraham?
Exodus chapter 6, verse 3. That's where we find the combination to the lock. The deliverance of the children of Israel is being assured. God is conveying this. Ve'era el Avram, el Yitzchak ve'el Yaakov, be'el Shaddai. I appeared to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as the name El Shaddai. Ushmi Hashem, this is the ineffable name of God, Loi nodati lohem. However, the name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei was not known to them. Problem. They knew the name. So if the word know means I didn't know, right? If that's what the word know means here, then this makes no sense at all. If the word know does not mean I didn't know that the sky is blue or why it's blue, but it means something else, that I didn't experience it, so then it takes on a whole different meaning. So I want to now turn to a passage that's very important in Genesis chapter 15, verse 8. Abraham is saying, by what means shall I know that I will inherit it? The context. God has just promised Abraham he's going to inherit these things, and not through Eliezer, but through his own child. What do you mean, how can I know? God told you. As you can see, the word know here does not mean know as I don't have the information or I don't believe you. It must mean something else, something really holy, something really deep. What was Abraham? Abraham was like the greatest person who ever lived. God said of Abraham, you're my friend. Isaiah chapter 41, verse 8 and 9. Friend. No one else is called God's friend. No one. Abraham is on a completely unique level. Abraham knew that God was God in that name. What is he asking for? If the word das, to know, means experience it, because what God said is this is going to happen. You're going to be long dead. Abram will have died many, many years before the Exodus, before even the going into Egypt. What he is saying is, how can I experience it? Know doesn't mean like knowledge, but it's like knowing your wife, like experiencing it. I'm not going to be alive. So then Hashem makes with Abraham the bris bein habesarim, the covenant between the parts, and the light moves through. So Abraham, in his vision, experiences an exodus, a salvation. He endures it. So the word know here means something completely different than what is conventional, and then everything makes sense. Abraham knew God as El Shaddai. What does that mean? What did he know? And what is Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, the tetragrammaton, the Shem Hashem? What didn't he know? So it's not knowledge. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the word know, even though your translation will put know in there, and we're going to extract it, and instead we're going to replace it with experience. Abraham did not experience the Exodus. He didn't endure it. He died before the Jews went down there to Egypt when the 70 souls, Exodus chapter 1, verse 5. Long before that. Once we remove the word know and put in the word experience, so Abraham is going, how can I experience it? Oh, God says, okay, we're going to do an Exodus experience for you. And that's exactly what follows in Genesis chapter 15. And then we know exactly what's going on in Exodus chapter 6, verse 3. What is it that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob knew that was El Shaddai? What does that mean, El Shaddai? El means power. They experienced the power of God. Shaddai, I don't want to get too complicated, and it's not easy to, but Shaddai is the one who has said stop. God halted the creation process when the sixth day came to an end and the seventh day began. Why is that important? Well, you'd have to answer a different question. Why did God rest on the seventh day? Was he tired? Did he need a vacation? And for whatever reason, you will attach to the reason why God rested on the seventh day. He did no work, and the Jews are commanded not to do any work on the seventh day. The question is, why are we celebrating that day? Why is that holy? It should be the 6 days where God is creating stuff. We should be celebrating. God is creating. Whoa, day 1, creating light. Whoa, day 2, day 4, sun and the moon. No, we're celebrating a day that God didn't do a thing. Why? Why are we doing that? So you understand all the once you understand, once you're kissing Torah, once you're drinking Torah, once you're eating, once it becomes infused in you, you become a new creation. Really, new creation. So it's very deep, very tight, and people should have been asking this question before. Like, don't blame this on me. How come I didn't know this? You should have asked it. Stay with me. When God created the world, everything he created became a mess where God is hiding behind it. Every step of creation, light had to be first. We know now why. We know from a discovery in the early 20th century, light and time. Without light, no time. God is hiding behind his creation. People think they can look at the rocks and the celestial bodies and figure out that there is no God. And in fact, there was such a person who made the claim, we don't need God anymore. There was a physicist who just, there are physicists, we don't need God anymore. We can work our way around God. All right, so what's happening is God's creation can be the source for our discovery of God in the creation, or it could be a way for us to deny God and say, there's no God there, it's all Big Bang, and it just happened, and it started, and we're not sure exactly what happened in that first moment, but one day I'm sure we'll figure that out, and where consciousness comes from. Well, those are the two big things. Okay, so when God stopped the creation process, he said, die, enough. What he did was he prevented any creation from going further. Because if creation is hiding God's identity, potentially, then if he would have created any further, he would have worked on the seventh day, we wouldn't be able to find him. Our free will would be injured. So, die, enough. So the name Shaddai really means the one who said to the world, stop. And therefore we celebrate. What are we celebrating on Shabbos? On Shabbos, we're saying, I found you. You stop the creation process at the end of day 6, and Shabbos is a day of menucha, it's a day of rest, it's a day of recognizing that Hashem is the creator of the heavens and the earth. That means that we made it. If the 6th day would have bled into the 7th day, if any creativity would have gone on, we wouldn't be able to find it. The Shabbos is a day completely devoted to recognizing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is. This is so, if you understood me, you're on a different level right now, okay? So now we know what is packed, what is baked into these names of God. Did Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob know El? Yes. El means power. Shaddai, yes, they discovered God. They achieved it. The person who turns his back on Shabbat is the person who denies God. The person who doesn't keep Shabbat denies God. Jews are commanded to do that, but everyone should understand what the significance is. Why are we resting? Because the day that we stop creating anything, no creation. We don't create a combustion in our engines on Shabbat. No. Why? Because I found you, Hashem. That's why Shabbos is so critical. If a person denies Shabbos, the person denies God. Because you're then fell into that I'm into creation. And we see it today. We have people who are these physicists who specifically are the big atheists. And what is their argument? Their argument is that we can map out almost everything through physics. We don't need God. But you got the problem, how did it all start? Like, what happened a moment? Well, we haven't figured that one out. Well, yeah, that's the one that matters. not the transitional parts of where we went from that. It's all about ex nihilo, that God created something from nothing. That's everything. Isn't that good? Now we understand everything. When God said in Exodus 6:3 in his conversation with Moses that you are going to know Yud Kei Vav Kei, what is the name of God that we don't pronounce? Is the God was, is, and will be. You're going to experience the Exodus. Who is God addressing? Moses. Who is God speaking about? His people, whom he will lead through the process that was promised to Abraham, but he never witnessed it. So Moses and his generation knew Yud Kei Vav Kei, which doesn't mean know, which means experienced Yud Kei Vav Kei, experienced the prophecy that was given hundreds of years earlier to Abraham. Mind-blowing. You know the Shem Hashem. What does know? Doesn't mean you know the name. That's what we think it means. As I've demonstrated to you, it definitely is not what it means. What it means, Yud Kei Vav Kei, is forever, past, present, and future. And Abraham wasn't saying, how will I know that I'll inherit you? Abraham, that would have been a minor trust issue. Abraham is going to be ready to sacrifice his son in 7 chapters later. Abraham did not have a problem of trusting God. Abraham wanted to experience the Exodus, but he couldn't because he wouldn't live long enough. He'd just been told he's not going to live long enough. He says, can I experience this covenant? So God made a miniature or a special, unique covenant for Abraham, the Bris Bein Absurim, the covenant between the parts of the animals that are cut in part, and the torch passes through it. And that's the vision. That's why it all is so yummy. So, right, you're going to know Yud Kei Vav Kei, which means know the Exodus. What did I tell you know means? Experience the Exodus. Something that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob did not experience. And now you can give Hashem a very, very big kiss. Now you can say, Hashem, I love you very much. Now you can go and study Lashon Kodesh, the Hebrew. Biblical Hebrew is so easy. You want to be close to Hashem, it's the only way, no other way, my friends. It's so yummy, so delicious, but you have to understand these things, and the translation ain't going to give it to you. Thank you for that question. Shalom.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר